So hey everybody, it's Mickey, and on this snowy afternoon, I thought it would be fun to share with you my winter home tour. Winter is one of my most favorite times of the year, and I really love to make my home warm, cozy, and relaxing for those long winter days that just seem to bring everyone closer together. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So today we are going to start our tour here in the foyer, and if you guys know anything about me, you know that I am a girl who loves a theme, and the theme for my winter decorating has always been pine trees, pine cones, and the colors of like ivory, tan, and green. So that's the theme that you are going to see throughout my house today, and I really do like to make a big presence of it in the foyer because it's the first room that you see when you come in the house, and I always think that this is the space that you want to kind of set the expectation of for your home. It's the first place your guests see, and it's the first place, you know, that when you come home at night that you step into and you really know you're home. Whenever I can find an inspiration piece for like a room, like a bedroom I'm decorating, or for like the whole house when you decorate it for the season, it always makes things a little bit easier because you can always look back at that piece and find what you need to make the room special. So here in the foyer, I just purchased this beautiful pine cone picture from art.com, which has been my favorite place to find my framed art pieces these days, and I just thought this was the perfect addition to the hallway. I have it set here against, I just have it leaning against my mirror and my little hall table here. So this is a photo. It has my pine cones, it has the pine needles on a branch. So on the table in front, I have one of those pine trees that I use throughout the holiday. I found a couple of these at Michael's. They are so lifelike and bright and green, and I just think that they are beautiful. So I have it here on my hallway table. I also have a couple pine cones from the yard, and that is just sitting on a big slice of wood that you use for like a charger plate for your table. I found this one at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at Amazon. You can find them at Michael's as well. And then I just have some wooden beads here that are kind of whitewashed, aged. I think they look so pretty there against like the coverless book. So, and I just have it here on our table in the hallway next to my Mercury lamp, and I think that it looks so, so pretty. In my front hallway, I have this really large chalk painted cabinet that is one of my most favorite pieces that I have in the house, and it's one that I really love to decorate for every season because it has a great top that you can add so many fun things to, and I love the front of it because I think it's just a perfect spot to hang a wreath. This wreath I found at the at-home store, and I like it so much because it has like that silvery green color leaves on it. I've kept it pretty simple, and I've just made a really big bow from some ribbon that I also found at the at-home store. This ribbon has been one of my inspiration pieces for my winter decor because I just love it. Look how cute it is. It has this little white Volkswagen bug with a evergreen on top there and all these little dots and snowflakes all around. I just think that it is so perfect. So you're going to be seeing this ribbon throughout the whole house. And then I just hung a pair of wooden ice skates here underneath. I probably got them at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you know, where you can find things like that. But I think it's just the perfect size here for the cabinet. And then up above, I have that large chalkboard sign that my husband and I made a couple years ago. I have a wooden bowl there full of pine cones that or just from my collection. I pick them up when we go out for hikes and walks and things. And then I just have this large blanket basket there I have a green throw in there, and that cream color throw I think is so cute with the pom-poms on it. Tucked inside, I just have some pine greens and a wooden bead garland. So next to the front hall is my living room and dining room. I really love the colors of these rooms. They're basically just cream, black, and green. Green, of course, is my favorite color, and I just find it to be very calming and soothing. So that is the color that I've used as an accent in these two rooms. In front of my little love seat here on the coffee table, I have my vintage typewriter that I decorate for every season. For the winter, I have some greens on there with some pine cones. I have a big fluffy bow here that I've made with my favorite ribbon, and along with some black and tan ribbon as well. I also have another typewriter in this room on my little secretary's desk over here next to the window. Underneath, I have a large basket that I have a green and cream throw in, and then I have my desk open with some coverless books there, and then my 1940s portable typewriter that is covered with this really huge bow that is also made with my favorite ribbon there, and some black and white checked ribbon. I have some pine tucked around it, along with one of those pine trees that I picked up in the Target dollar spot just before the holiday. Above my secretary's desk, I have some pictures of the family. I have a picture of my dad there, and one when he was young. I have my father-in-law in his football uniform, and those are some really special pictures. I have those up pretty much all year long. Then just on the other side of the room here, I have my grandmom's 1910 sewing machine. Just underneath it there, I have a large basket full of pine cones. I collect pine cones on every little hike I take, every walk I take, all different sizes. It's one of the things that when I go to a new city, especially the ones that my kids are associated with, I always try to grab a couple pine cones and just add them to my collection there. And then just on the wall, above my little chair here, I have some archways, and then just a simple wreath that has those like silvery leaves on it and some lamb's ear. I found this wreath at Hobby Lobby, and I think that it just goes perfectly in that spot. So moving into our dining room here, this is where I have my silent giant school desk. If you guys have been with me for a little while, you know how sentimental I am about this desk. I got this in April as part of my birthday present, and I just love this thing. So I have it all decorated for winter. In front there, I have this adorable pillow that has a bunch of pine trees on it. I'm not really sure where I found this one, but I just love it. I think that it's perfect for our little winter theme here. And then above it, I have it decorated with this beautiful galvanized metal lantern that I found at Marshall's. And you'll see I also have some more of that adorable ribbon that I found at the at-home store. I have some greens there and a pine cone. Then on the desk itself, I have a wooden ABC sign. And then I have one of my favorite Christmas presents. My son got this for me for Christmas. It is an antique school bell from an Indiana schoolhouse from like the very early, like 1905, 1910, and I just love it. I had just looked at an antique bell at our local antique store, but the handle was really not in good shape and it was so tarnished. And I was so excited when I opened my gift and I saw that here. I have such great memories of growing up. I went to Catholic school, and this is the exact same type of bell that the nuns used to ring, you know, for us to come in from recess and all kinds of things. So I am so happy to have that. And then just next to it, I have a little Lazy Susan that has a couple of my grandparents' old Bibles and my favorite picture of my mom when she was a little girl, and another one of those pine trees that I got from the Target dollar spot. I usually have my dining room table set for the season, and for the winter time I have this black and white buffalo check table runner that I probably got from Hobby Lobby or Amazon, one of those places. And then I have each plate setting here on a wooden charger plate that I got from Kirkland's. I have this pine, I guess it's like a pine placemat I got years and years ago from Pier 1. And then I just have it set with some really beautiful ivory dishes. I have these little pine tree candy dishes, and then I just have our utensils here in a black and white buffalo check napkin with a little pine tree clip on it. The centerpiece for my table is another one of these wooden turntables or Lazy Susans. I think I got it at Marshall's. And then I just have my Rae Dunn tea set on there along with the sugar and the creamer. I have a larger pine tree kind of planted in the canister there. And on each side are these really beautiful wooden pine trees that I found on eBay years and years ago. I wish I can remember the shop because they had so many great things I would love to have. And then the only other thing I have is this cute little deer guy right in front there. He was part of a set that I found at the Target dollar spot. Although I am a little sad about packing away all of the Christmas decorations, there is something to be said for areas just being nice and clean and uncluttered. And I think that's what I've tried to do here in the kitchen. Although I am a person that likes a lot of things out, I really like to, you know, decorate all my surfaces, my countertops and my windowsills. I think that the colors that I chose for this winter are really easy on the eye, and they kind of blend in, you know, with the surroundings of the kitchen. I have really been trying to keep things simple these days. So here on my island, I just did a very simple collection, a little arrangement here on one of those wooden slide plate chargers. At least that's what I use them as. But you can find these at like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. On here, I just have a Bath and Body Works candle. I have some greenery with a pine cone from the backyard. I have one of those little white churches, and I think I found this at the Target dollar spot years and years ago. And then I have a little white tipped bottle brush tree left over from the holidays. I think it looks just perfect here in this arrangement on my island. My island's not too big, so I like to do something small that I can kind of, you know, push to the side when I have some cooking to do. So this is just perfect. So I brought back my original Rae Dunn canister set. You know, for the holidays here, I had the red canisters that were like the Santa cookie jar and like the Jingle Bell canisters, and I love them. I think they are so perfect for the holidays. It adds so much color. But man, I really love all of my ivory pieces. As soon as I start adding back the ivory and the white and the pale green to a room, everything gets really calm and quiet, and it's just perfect for like a nice long winter. So here I have my flower tea, coffee and sugar canister. I've added this really cute little ivory evergreen tree, and I have some greeneries here tied with my favorite winter ribbon. It has all the colors of my home in it, and I really just like the way it looks. On each side of my stove, I always have these 2-tier trays, and for the winter, I have them decorated with big wooden snowflakes and some pine cones. Here on this heart-shaped bowl, I have some antique buttons in there with a pine cone ornament that's left over from Christmas. I just love it because it's all glittery and it adds a little bit of sparkle, and they blend in really well, you know, with the natural pine cones that I use all over. On top here, I have another one of those little churches, and back there is that green glass evergreen tree that I found this year in the Target dollar spot, and you might recognize this one here as another piece from the dollar spot from a couple years ago. And then on this side, I have a little display here with a canister of oatmeal. I've bought a couple of these canisters from Walmart, and I use them all over the house. They are really they're great to decorate with, and they're really great just to keep things fresh. And I just have a display here on this wooden tray. I have another one of those little wooden trees. I have some greeneries here tied up with some more of that ribbon. And then on this tier tray, I have my little Rae Dunn Hugs and Kisses plate back there. Another one of those sparkly pine cone ornaments. I have another one of those heart-shaped wooden bowls, which I think go really well with Valentine's, and another one of those wooden snowflakes. To decorate my kitchen table, I always use this little Lazy Susan that I got from Target. And for the winter, I just have this potted evergreen plant that I found at Michael's this year. I use this as well to decorate during the holidays. I think that it just looks so lifelike, and it's like a nice bright green color. And then for my table setting, I just use these little grass placemats that I've had pretty much forever. I think I found these on Amazon. I will leave a link for you if I can find one. But I just have a simple charger plate here with my Rae Dunn Blessed plate, and then inside my soup bowl here I have another one of those green glass evergreen trees that I found at the Target dollar spot this year. Remember, these are the ones that light up. I had them, you know, down the middle of my dining room table for the holidays. And then I just have a plaid napkin here with a snowflake ornament that I'm using as a napkin ring. These I got from the Deco-Crated box this year, and I just think that the table looks so nice and simple. Nothing is too fussy, and I love the fact that I have these soup bowls out here because we do eat a lot of soup during the winter months. And I always get asked if I use the place setting that I have on the table. And, you know, we do oftentimes, because most nights it's just my husband and I. And, you know, we will just use the plates here, wash them, and then put them right back on the table. I do think that you need a little spot in your house where you can celebrate, you know, the season or an upcoming holiday. So I decided here in my kitchen on top of my Rae Dunn cabinet that I was going to use this space to celebrate the season. And upcoming in February, of course, is Valentine's Day. So I have my 2-tiered tray here, all decorated with some really fun Valentine's decor, you know, that I have picked up throughout the years, and I have a couple new pieces that I want to share with you. The first piece is this adorable wooden cassette tape. It says, "Every love song is about you." I picked this up at Hobby Lobby just a couple weeks ago. I thought it was so adorable, along with this wooden camera. You know, cameras have always followed me everywhere. I always have one on me. I'm always taking pictures, and this one says capture every moment. I just thought these were so cute. This one I also picked up at Hobby Lobby. I have some pieces here from Etsy. Of course, I have my little marshmallow cup man right there with his Valentine's Day hat on. And I just think that this is so cute. I have a Ray Dunn heart-shaped frame there with a picture of my children on it. I have another little piece that I picked up at Hobby Lobby that says love letters. And I just love having this little section of the kitchen that I can decorate for whatever holiday is coming up. So the last stop on our winter tour is the family room, and as you can see, I have a pile of Christmas presents still here. We had some family with COVID over Christmas, so we are still making, you know, plans to get together and dinner plans and things to exchange gifts. So these will be here for just a little while longer, but as you can see, all of the Christmas decorations have been taken down. This is where we put, you know, the big family tree and where we gather to, you know, celebrate the holiday. So I've switched everything over for the winter season, and here on the china cabinet I have those two large wooden snowflakes. I just love those. I found those years ago at like the at-home store or one of those types of places, and I just put them out every year. I think that they look so great there with the chalkboard sign that has "Baby, It's Cold Outside" written on it with a big wooden sparkly snowflake in the middle. I think I found that at Hobby Lobby years and years ago. So I've kept things very simple here. I just have my dish tray with my regular everyday dishes that I always have on here. I added another one of those little pine trees that I got from the Target dollar spot and a wooden bead garland. I have some pictures of family and my little lamp, and I have my big old pine cone ornament that I usually hang here in the winter time. So instead of a wreath, I have this really pretty little hanging basket here. The basket is from Deco Crated, from one of their boxes probably a year or two ago now. But I have added some really beautiful pine greens throughout. I have some pine cones in there, some lamb's ear, and these really pretty like fluffy white flowers that have a little bit of sparkle there on their petals. I also have a snowbird here that has a pine cone tail on him, and then more of that ribbon that you guys have seen throughout the house. I think that it looks so pretty here on the cabinet. It's just like the right size. It's not too much, and the green helps pick up the green plates that I have up in my cabinet and down on the sideboard. On my coffee table, I have another one of those galvanized metal lanterns like the one that I have in my dining room. I also got this one at Marshall's, and I decorate it for every season, of course. I have more of that beautiful ribbon tied into a big fluffy bow, along with some pine cones and greens. And down below, I have like my favorite picture of my hubby when he was just a little baby, with some more greens and pine cone. This also matches the lantern that I have back here in the corner. I also picked this up at Marshall's, and if I ever see more of them, I probably would buy another one. I just think that they are so pretty. And I have it decorated again with a big fluffy bow in that ribbon with some pine cones and greens. Above the Christmas presents, I have pretty much kept my fireplace and mantle, you know, like the same that I have it pretty much all year long. I always have this wreath up here, you know, except during the Christmas holidays. I just have it kind of hanging on this beautifully framed black chalkboard, and I try to switch out the colors of the flowers for the different seasons. It's pretty much the same as it has been since like October. You can see there is a little moss covered pumpkin still in there, but you know, I think it works. I think it looks really pretty. So on each side of it, I have just a little pine tree and some canisters there, and then down below I have some wooden bead garland, and then this really pretty element that I picked up, I think maybe at Hobby Lobby, that I've added here to my fireplace screen. So that's going to do it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this winter decor tour of my home. You'll have to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you decorate for the winter or you're just hold out until the spring. It is still snowing at our house, so I hope you guys are all warm and cozy. Now this would be a perfect time for you to join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay warm, and I will see you again soon. Bye!